The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. A statement win tonight for the Knicks against the top team in the NBA. Immanuel Quickley off the bench for 22. Josh Hart again double figures for him off the bench. Went for 12. The Knicks now 6-0 since they acquired him. Hart reacting to Jayson Tatum getting thrown out. His second tee picked up in the fourth quarter. Tatum only scored 14. He averaged over 30. That was key as the Knicks beat the Celtics 109-94. Wow, things are happening here. Bill Pito along with Monica McNutt from our Delta MSG studios. Wally Szczerbiak will join us here momentarily. All right, Monica, Knicks now have won 6 straight. They've won 8 out of 9, and they are now in 5th place alone in the Eastern Conference.
And their defense continues to propel them, Pito. I mean, that is the story of tonight's ball game. You hold a Boston Celtics squad that I mentioned came into this game shooting 45% from 3 since the All-Star break to 21.4 from 3, which is, I believe, a season low for the Celtics. You frustrate Jayson Tatum to no end, and you get production up and down your lineup if you're the Knicks. There's so much to be pleased with. And yes, this was a team missing Jaylen Brown tonight in the Celtics. However, the energy that the Knicks came out with from the tip intensified, it only got better, and it outworked the Celtics the entire ballgame.
You're talking about the Celtics not having Brown. Before tonight, they had been 9-2 without Brown. Defense the key, and it started in the first quarter. Knicks only allowed 15 first quarter points. The worst first quarter the Celtics have had all year long.
The Knicks were connected, they were communicating, and Mitchell Robinson is back and in fine fashion. Give me that, Jayson Tatum, not here in the Garden with Mitch back in the floor. And then this was a wonderful deflection. Mitch comes up with another steal, a change of speed slightly for Quickley, finishes with a high percentage opportunity. Josh Hart, we continue to talk about him being in the right place at the right time. Give me that. That's a layup on the other end. Here we go, one more, a block combined. You got RJ and Grimes in there. Cookies here for Mitch, just swatting basketballs away from the rim. I'll take that. Swiper, no swiping, says Josh Hart. And then the crazy acrobatic pass to go with it. I mean, this team was completely locked in on their game plan. It's almost as if they kind of knew what the Celtics were trying to run, but I think that just speaks to how flat the Celtics played. Give the Knicks defense all the credit tonight.
So the Knicks took control of the first quarter and never trailed the rest of the way. Remember, the Celtics here in New York in November hit a franchise record 27 threes. That's the most the Knicks have ever allowed in a single game. And as Monica mentioned, in this one, Celtics only go 9 of 42 from downtown. We're now joined by Mitchell Robinson. Mitch, great to see you. Congratulations on a great win.
Thank you.
Defense the key. How did you guys do it?
Man, we talked it out. We did something we needed to do, and that's what we did. We came out just with the energy, with the right mindset, and we got it done.
Mitch, this team held the line defensively in your absence, but it's no secret that you are the anchor to that defense, and the defense is so much better with you on the floor. How do you wear that responsibility this season?
Man, I take pride in my defense. I don't really like when guys score 30, 25 on me, so it's like that's my main thing to try to stop. If I can stop a guy from getting his average, I done did my job, So basically, just playing together. So, they help me, I help them. And, so defensively, we just keep going.
I love that answer. Now, give me your philosophy on rebounding, because 13 big-time boards tonight, and we know you're one of the best offensive rebounders in the league.
Nah, man. Me and Tiff talked about that not too long ago, actually. He told me I had an A+ in offensive rebound, so he said I had a C in defensive rebound, so I didn't bring that up, I want all A's,
So how are you going to bring that C up? Tell me.
A's, man. Just keep fighting for the defensive rebound.
I love it.
I think we give you an A tonight.
Thank you.
An A+. Mitch, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you on Wednesday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so for Robinson, 3rd game back from the thumb injury, 13 rebounds, 10 points, perfect from the floor, impacted the game with his steals and his blocks in 32 minutes. Boy, he was great. The whole Knicks team was great. Wally Szczerbiak is with us, helped call the game tonight on the MSG Radio Network.
Got to dust off the snow out there.
When it's icy, it's dicey, but nothing dicey tonight for the Knicks.
Nothing dicey for the Knicks. It all started with their first quarter, the way they came out. I heard what you said, Monica. You were 100% correct. They made life difficult for the Celtics. Celtics really miss Jaylen Brown. I know they're 9-2 without him, but that's in the beginning of the season. Down the stretch of the season, when you're getting close to crunch time and playoff time, they need Jaylen Brown on the floor. That was very evident tonight. I thought Tom Thibodeau did a great job of manipulating matchups. Quickley was going one-on-one with guys like Hauser. They were switching Al Horford onto some guys with quicker feet, and Jalen Brunson and Quickley were making a ton of plays for this Knicks team. That is an outstanding win. They're going to see the Celtics again on Sunday. The rivalry is back. The Garden is rocking. Teams aren't coming into our house anymore and dropping 50 and going away with wins. What a performance by this team.
Celtics lead the league in road wins with 20. Tell us about Mitch.
He makes a huge difference, and I really think with it being a finger injury, he was able to get even in better physical condition.
Great call, Wally.
Because I think the trainers and the strength coach was able to work with him to keep his body right, to kind of strengthen certain areas, to make sure hopefully he doesn't get hurt again. But what a performance! The active hands dominated the interior in the paint. The Knicks were getting a ton of dribble penetration off pick and roll, like plays like this. And Mitch, when he's rim running, watch out. I mean, he is impossible to stop. And how about the shot block? The one on Tatum, with Tatum had that clear dunk to the basket. That is a statement play that is going to live through the rest of the season and into the playoffs, where teams take note of what he can do protecting the rim. And when they go in there, even if he's not around to block a shot, they wonder if he's around. He's lurking. He's always making plays to make it difficult for other teams to score. Having him back in the lineup, you see how he elevates this team.
It's just so much defensive energy tonight. And I think having the opportunity to see Mitch and Josh Hart together, Quentin Grimes also tonight was tremendous. He drew Jayson Tatum a bunch, but it was a total team effort in terms of slowing Jayson Tatum down. But I loved what Mitch said about rebounding, what he shared with us at the top of the segment tonight. He wants to be a better defensive rebounder as well. Like, he was quick off the ground. He was quick to the balls as they were bouncing off the rim. I mean, I think that call about his fitness is a great detail and a point of note, Wally.
Yeah, he was outstanding. It's fun to watch him play. Hartenstein comes in and does all the great things. Right now, this lineup is clicking on every position. Every role is well-defined. Everyone's doing their job, and the Knicks are rolling.
Robinson, 13 rebounds, 11 came on the defensive boards. Tom Thibodeau, Wally, I thought, and Monica, very interesting in the pregame. He said when he shortened the rotation early in December, it meant more minutes for Immanuel Quickley. He's averaging over 30 minutes a game. Before the rotation was shortened, he was only playing about 21 minutes a game. Tibbs says this has allowed Quickley to get in a much better rhythm. And, boy, 22 points every single night out. He is making a major contribution.
Since December 4th, he was averaging 16 points coming into this game, playing over 30 minutes, like you said. And as a player, that is so important because you're not looking over your shoulder. That play was awesome. He caught Marcus Smart yelling and arguing with the officials, backdoored him for the easy layup. And then in transition, he is so good at making plays. I mean, his foot speed is giving other teams complete fits. Teams are switching that pick and roll up high. They're putting slower defenders on him, and he is making things happen. And then we know how great of a three-point shooter he is, Monica. When he's open, you get surprised when he misses. And he's to the point where he's in such a great rhythm shooting that three-point shot that he is opening up the floor for all his teammates. And a huge role for him is to start the second quarter and start the fourth quarter. He's the guy. He is the point guard. He runs the team, and he's been doing an outstanding job with that unit.
Another little wrinkle on that three-point shooting is he's doing a great job of finding the gap so his teammates can find him. He's either rotating high or to the corner. He got a couple in the corner tonight that were very valuable. I just think for Quick, and I've said this earlier this season, you can see the game slowing down. I think there were points last year where you saw him a little bit frazzled. I mean, the NBA game is fast. It was only year two. But this year, it seems like it has slowed down, and so much of that is credited to his attention to detail on the defensive end, and it has allowed him to just have so much confidence across the board.
Talked a lot about the Knicks' defense, and rightfully so, but quickly one of 6 Knicks in double figures. They had great balance up and down the lineup.